We are almost at the halfway point through February. We have 14 games left of the season and we are still top of the table. I'm trying really, really, really hard not to start dreaming that we can actually do this. Hey guys, and welcome to episode 20 of One Team, One Dream, Into the Woods. My name is James, and on today's episode, we have back-to-back away games as we face 7th place Darlington, followed by yet another top-of-the-table clash. We've had a few of them this season. This time, it's against Notts County. It has been quite a while. Apologies for no episode on Friday or over the weekend last week. Life stuff kind of took over, and unfortunately I ended up having to sort of miss out on that video. I'll try and get another one if I can out this week, maybe try and get 4 out this week to try and make up for it, but at the very least we've got this video today. But since you were last with me, it's been a number of games since then. We have gone over 2 months now in games since an episode. The last episode was so long ago now, the Coventry 2-0 loss in the FA Cup second round, followed by the win against Chesterfield. Since then, I mean, it's been patchy. We've won more than we've lost, which is always good. A couple of notable wins in there. Dulwich Hamlet, who are around the playoffs. We managed to beat Barnet as well, local rivals. However, we did have a loss to Sutton in there. I'm so glad that wasn't on an episode. However, the only other league loss was against Fylde back at the beginning of December, where we lost 1-0. Again, another very the losses seem very frustrating because it does seem the only time that we do lose is when we just don't turn up. We don't seem to be able to get outplayed, which is at least I suppose one promising thing. But with all those matches, it leaves us still top of the table. We are now 7 points ahead of second place Notts County, who we face in the second match on today's episode. I really am trying not to start believing we can do this, mainly because I've played Football Manager for too many years now to know that Football Manager can just kick you in the gut when you think you're doing really well. And we still do have 14 games left of the season, so we've still got a long way to go. But we are giving ourselves the best chance we can possible to make sure that we stay at the top of the tree and go up to the Football League. The only other piece of news is that we have a brand new board and brand new owners. Back on the 4th of February, I had a notification say that a transfer embargo had been put in place due to possible takeover. We then had a news article stating there was actually rival consortiums who were arguing over who was going to buy Boreham Wood. The following day, we then had this notification to say that, I don't know if these are brothers, Charlie Hunter and Billy Hunter, who were managing director and director, who have now both left to become coaches. Never knew that was a thing that could happen. I've left the club following the takeover, and they've been replaced by a new board. The director will be Brandon Harris. We had a brief update then from the new board. Nothing really changed, if I'm honest. The only thing they did was they severed some of the links we had with some higher league clubs. But they then lifted the transfer embargo, but we didn't have any transfers in the works anyway, so it didn't really make much of a difference. They haven't actually changed anything. They haven't changed the club vision. The only thing they have done is reset all this, which is a little bit frustrating because we were doing quite well on here, but we still have an A-. But they haven't actually changed any of the club vision, so I would presume that none of this they're not going to put their stamp on this until the summer. One very nice thing, though, I did notice when I did come onto here, check to see if they had changed anything, was that I am classed as untouchable, which is really, really good. I think the position we're in, obviously, is going a long way to that, and if we do manage to get promoted up to the Football League, I don't expect that to change anytime soon. So let's get into the first match of today's episode as we face 7th place Darlington. We have a little bit of selection news. First thing I need to do is actually remove Ben Winter as he has been suspended. Luckily, Daniel is back from injury, although he does say he's only fit for 45 minutes. So we may have to watch that and see how it goes. One part of our purple patch that we've had, especially in the last couple of games, has been I decided to change the formation. We've stuck to a fluid counter-attack. However, we've gone to a 4-3-1-2. The reason for this was we had a couple of suspensions and injuries to wingers. So I thought I'd take the opportunity to switch to a wingerless system. And if I'm honest, it seemed to spur the players forward. It seemed to create a couple of wins. I think it also shook things up a little bit because it's something a little bit different. So the teams haven't quite figured us out yet, as the FM tends to do. And so I think until until we get to that point where the teams start being able to counteract this. I think we'll keep this going and then revisit it in the summer, as we have a number of youngsters who are wingers with good potential, and also one of our best players, Sorba Thomas, is also a winger. So we want to make sure those guys aren't unhappy. But for how Sorba Thomas has played this season, very hot and cold, it meant I was happy for him to sit on the bench for a bit and him try and work his way back into the side again. So this is a team that is going to be facing Darlington in the first of 2 matches today. We have Huddard in goal, a back four of Angol, Fifield, Tricker and Daniel. McDonald, Iqbal and Adebayi make up the new central midfield 3. McDonald on a Carolero, Iqbal with a deep-lying playmaker position with a defensive role, and then Adebayi on a Mazzala. We have Alfie Lewis in a shadow striker position, and then Fagan and Colehurst as the front 2. Colehurst with the supporting pressing forward role, and then Fagan up front in his preferred role, which he has been scoring from quite consistently over the last half a dozen games or so. So let's get into today's match. We're going to have to keep an eye on Daniel's fitness, as he's not fully fit for today's game. But unfortunately, we only have 2 right backs at the club at the moment that are remotely good enough for the first team. And so he may have to see out this game, or we try and play somebody as an inverted full-back at the right-back position. I think Pump the Fists, media have given us a lot of credit lately. We need to go out and keep our form going. Ball comes into Lewis, so from another throw-in. McDonald this time to Iqbal. 1-2 with McDonald. Now to Adebayi. Is he going to shoot from range? Tries to take a shot. Just deflects straight away off of the Darlington defender. But we still managed to get the ball again. Daniel is now out wide the ball. Can he put the cross in the centre? He cannot. Another deflection. Back out. But we cut the ball yet again. Iqbal with the ball this time to Donald. Again, another 1-2 with McDonald. Now to Fagan. Out wide to Angol. Can he get a cross in this time? It comes into the penalty area. Again, another deflection. McDonald this time to Lewis. After all of that, nothing still came of that. That was very frustrating. We couldn't beat that first man and get a ball into the penalty area. McDonald with a free kick. We know he can whip a ball in to the back post. Fagan hits the crossbar. Tricker tries to come with a follow-up. Unfortunately, yet another deflection. Darlington are defending with their lives in his first couple of minutes. Jarvis with a corner. And all those opportunities and shots we've had 5 shots, not a single one of them on target. And the first opportunity that Darlington have from another set piece. The amount of times I've reviewed these set pieces this season to try and make sure that we are covering all bases, and we don't seem to learn. So after 26 minutes, we are 1-0 down. And another frustrating match ahead of us, I think. Right, coming into half-time, that says everything. Domination in that first half. And only opportunity Darlington had, and we have let them get in. I'm not surprising there's anxious and nervous players around the dressing room. I'm going to thrash my hands. Thrash my hands? You don't thrash your hands, you thrash your arms. Far from pleased what I've seen. Go out there and do better in that second half. Because I've been bigging up this formation throughout at the start of this episode, and it is not showcasing itself very well so far. And after almost 60 minutes, I'm giving up on it already. Let's push Colehurst forward, who's playing poorly. Alfie Lewis is playing poorly. Let's bring on Robson. In fact, I'm going to take Colehurst off altogether. We'll push Banj forward as a poacher. I've tried this a couple of times. We'll then do a little bit of a reshuffle. Push Iqbal out wide. And we'll put McDonald on a ball-winning midfielder position. See how that goes. I think we'll push forward to attacking as well, because we need to go at them now. We need to try and make sure that we get at least a goal in this game, so we don't lose a grip on the top spot. Going to demand more as well, but we have a throw-in with Angol to Fagan. Back to Angol. Can he get across in this time? He cannot beat the first man yet again. Iqbal this time. It falls to Adebayi. Robson knocks it into the penalty. I'm not sure if it was a deflection or a pass, but it falls to Adebayi, who puts it in for his first goal of the season. Angol yet again tries to put the cross in, deflects to Iqbal. Iqbal, it was Hartfield actually tried to clear it, deflected off Robson, fell to Adebayi. Surprising, he's only scored his first goal of the season. I'm sure he scored a couple of worldies this season, but maybe it must be remembering last season. But he puts it in to bring it level. And as we come up to nearly 10 minutes left to go, I think we make another substitution, make a final substitution of the game. Daniel's having an awful game. We've got nothing for him on the bench. I think the closest we've got, let's bring Thomas on. Let's sit him forward as a complete wing back on attack and let him run that whole line there. Hopefully he can try and create something. Fingers crossed he can try and beat the first man. Don't expect him to do much out there, but hopefully he might be able to put a couple of crosses in and give us an opportunity. I think again, could demand more. I'll take 1-1 from this game, but it does mean that we drop 2 points at the top of the table. But that's it now. Darlington did nothing in that match and they get away with a point. Again, I said it early in the season, a point away is a point away, but yet again the midfield is doing really well and creating the opportunities. We just our strikers are so hot and cold this season, it's really frustrating. Yep, I'm going to point the finger. It was simply not good enough. Adebayo, shame he's demotivated because he did play well, as did McDonnell. But there was too many subpar performances in that match, unfortunately. We do still stay 5 points at the top of the table. That does mean we have lost. That Notts County have gained 2 points on us, which puts more pressure on this match. Because if we do lose against Notts County, that drops to just 2 points, and within 2 games we start down a slippery slope. Well, that was supposed to be the easier game, so I don't think this is going to get any easier. But on to the Notts County away match. Well, this is going to be the players' lives for the next 2 weeks. I've set the next 2 weeks to be set-piece training style. They're going to be doing set pieces all week for the next 2 weeks to make sure that we stop the trend of conceding from set pieces. Here we have the second match of today's episode, second away match also of today's episode as we go away to Notts County, and we have a couple of changes and switch-arounds for this match. So for this game we have Huddard in goal. Femi comes in for Angol, as Angol had another poor game in the last match, so I thought I'd give Femi the opportunity to come in and try and stake a claim in the squad. Fifield, Tricker, and then Winter comes in for Daniel after his suspension. Adebayo switches to the Carolera role, swapping with McDonnell, but Iqbal stays as a deep line playmaker. Lewis in attacking midfield, with Fagan and Colehurst up front, but this time Colehurst on an attacking pressing forward role, hopefully getting him a little bit further forward and getting more players in the box to hopefully try and turn some of those shots we were getting the last game into shots on target. I'm going to pump my fists. Let's give the fans something to cheer today. The assistant manager suggested I say about the media again, but I said that in the last match. It didn't really seem to motivate them in the way that I'd hoped. So we're going to say it's for the fans this time. And Notts County have a free kick almost immediately in the match. Luckily, Huddard gets down to his right-hand side to collect it. Is he going to go route one, as he has done so many times this season? Hoofs it forward. Fagan is past his man into the penalty area. Tries to chip it in. Doesn't even get it on target, unfortunately. And the first opportunity for each team is fairly tame. McDonnell seems to have picked up an injury already. We may have to keep an eye on that to see if we can swap him out. I know we've got Mundle on the bench. But Fagan has got the ball here. Coming into the penalty area. Tries to go... completely lost my words there. I was about to say he's trying to go around the keeper, but he didn't. But eventually he went round the keeper. I almost predicted what he was going to do there. He took the shot. Keeper got down to it. Fagan had the ball there for the ball forward. Runs forward. He had Colehurst to his right. Decided to go alone into the penalty area. Slocum tried to save it. Deflected back into the path of Fagan, who puts it in for his 11th goal of the season. He's catching up on Colehurst's 14 goals now. And it is amazing to have close to 25 goals between the two of them. McDonnell has a free kick here. Whipped into the centre, trying to find Lewis. Can't find him, unfortunately. The ball is cleared by Notts County. Adebayo, though, collects the loose ball to Fagan, who's come out to get it. Lewis takes a shot from range. Unfortunately, he can't get it on target. And it goes well wide of the crossbar. And we come in at half-time, 1-0 up. Almost an identical XG story to the previous game, but luckily this time we come in with the goal in hand. I'm going to give them a team talk of... I think, point the finger, guard against complacency, but we're going to have a look at McDonnell to see how he's getting on. He is hampered by injury, possible arm injury. I'm not sure how an arm stops you playing football, mate, but we'll take you off anyway. We'll bring on Robson for him in that Mazzala role. Luckily, it is just a straight swap, and I presume that means that Ben Tricker will then take the captaincy band. Right, 70 minutes on the clock, and we have a highlight. Notts County with the goal kick. Slocum with the big ball forward. Managed to find Watton to Alexandra. To Garrity. To Watton. Out wide to Blair on the overlap. This looks worryingly promising, but luckily Femi, brilliant tackle there, manages to win the ball back. Can we counter-attack now? Brings the ball forward. He's got a little bit of space. He's got a man coming across, though. Puts it forward to Fagan. Can Fagan work a little bit of magic? He managed to go past his man to get into a little bit of space. He's got loads of Notts County players in the middle, though. Lewis on the volley. What a goal from Alfie Lewis. It seems he's picked up an injury in the lead up to that goal, but he didn't show any of it. Fagan does really well to go past his man there to find a little bit of space. Chips it into the centre, tees up Lewis. Lewis on a volley. That's got to be up there. That's surely going to be one of the goals of the season. Take a bow, Alfie Lewis, to put us 2-0 up against Notts County. Hartlepool, unfortunately, are also winning, so they jump above Notts County. So the points difference is still only 5 points. Notts County have a throw-in to Watton, to Bingham. Luckily, we managed to clear it. Back to I'm not sure who that was. Back to Bingham again. Tricker, though, clears it again. Colehurst manages to counter. We managed to counter-attack. Fagan has the ball now. Goes past his man into the penalty area. Puts it past the goalkeeper for number 3 for us today. His 12th of the season. And that surely guarantees us the win today. With less than 5 minutes left to play in this match. We have played the counter-attack really well in this game. Fagan, yet again, has that man in his back pocket. Not sure who that is. Magri, he has him in his back pocket. Goes past him. Doesn't even need Colehurst. Puts it past Slocum for our 3rd goal today. I think we'll make one final substitution. Lewis is struggling. He is hampered by injury, so take him off. We'll bring Thomas on. And that'll be it for today's game, I think. But Notts County aren't willing to go down without a fight. They have a throw-in. Redmond on the edge of the penalty area takes a shot over the bar. Nothing to worry about, but straight away they have yet another highlight. They're dragging this match out as much as they can. Roberts in the penalty area, back out to Redmond. Redmond brings in the centre. Iqbal, though, manages to clear it. Fagan collects the ball to Adebayi. Tries to push forward to try and find Colehurst, but Notts County win it yet again. I presume this is just going to be a game-ending highlight. Tricker clears it. Only as far as Redmond. This highlight has been going on too long. I think that's going to be it now. The time is up. Ball goes out for a corner, but surely that is going to be it. Surely they won't have time to take it. They will. Redmond into the centre. Fagan clears it this time. Thomas, with a little bit of with a little bit of space, can he find Colehurst? No, he can't. He hits the deck, get a free kick, and that will surely now be full time. And it is. A fantastic win. Fagan with a 9.0 performance. That's more like it from our strikers. This is showcasing this formation as I was hoping it would do today. Disappointing we didn't get the result against Darlington, but we beat the team where it matters. We've beaten Notts County. I presume that drops them down to 3rd place if Hartlepool managed to get the win as they were doing earlier on today. Outstretched arms. Very pleased with their performance. Hartlepool absolutely smashed Woking 4-0. So they take the 2nd spot from Notts County, but we keep that 5-point difference between the two. 6 points really if you include the goal difference, because we have got a better goal difference than pretty much anyone else in the league. Never mind anyone else in the playoffs. Right, let's see how we've got with the injuries. McDonald is out for 2 weeks with sprained knee ligaments. Luckily, we've got Mundell that can come in for him, and I believe we've got another midfielder coming back from injury as well. Alfie Lewis is only a tight thigh. Luckily, he's out for 1 to 2 days. We haven't got a game midweek, so he'll be back for the Weymouth match next weekend. And Classy Fagan on form. Let's give him a handshake. Superb in front of goal. Hopefully, he continues that. And let's have a look where we're going to come back. I think it's only going to be a couple of games. I think we'll do 2 more episodes. We'll see out the season this week. So I think we'll come back. I really want to do the Bromley one. I'm going to skip over Halifax and then we'll do Hartlepool. That's a massive episode. Bromley in 9th are pushing around the playoffs. Hartlepool, who are now 2nd, be yet another different team we'll be facing in a top of the table clash. And I think for after that, we're going to come back around here, depending on how well we do. I want to try and get the promotion and title win on an episode if we do manage that. As much as it would be quite cool to come for it to go through to the last game of the season to try and beat Chesterfield to go up this time. I don't think my nerves will take it, and I think if we manage to keep the points difference we've got at the moment, it will probably more likely be at the start of April. So we stretch our unbeaten run to 5 games, and we are still 5 points clear at the top of the table. So if you did enjoy that, please give the video a like, subscribe to the channel, and don't forget to hit the bell icon to be notified of those final 2 episodes of the season as we try and get promoted to the Football League. And thank you very much for watching.